Just send that.
I didn't.
You haven't sent it back to me.
No?
No.
I sent it back. I'll send it to you. So, you know how I told you guys last time that planning, landside was on one, you had to use one set of, one pack, and then
Yes.
contract logistics was another pack.
Yeah.
Now they're both the same. So
One
if
had
you-
input, the other one didn't have the word input or something. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's a completely different pack.
Oh.
It had different revenue streams.
Oh,
So
right.
So now they're both the same. So now they're both in planning 44.
Okay.
That's the change that we,
Okay, good.
that
With landside being logistics.
landside is going to be reported under logistics, not ports and terminals now.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the mapping that you guys have. So you guys already have the data. It's just a matter of actually putting the data in to the file. But just keep in mind, this is also going to need to be reported as year to date, since acquisition date for October. So the P&L will need to go, since acquisition date to 31st of October. All right. I'm going to show them what
Manual pack. Yes. I can click them through. Yes.
you want to do.
That's actually
Sure.
up to you.
Okay, cuz.
This one. I just realized a lot, so make sure you.
So I will say one thing, but when you do get this pack, you're going to get one pack, but one pack can access all the packs. So you can see that drop down list there on the top left-hand corner. Go back to the key inputs. So that drop down list on the top left-hand corner where it says DP or Silk Contract Logistics.
Yes.
If you go to that drop down box, you have everyone.
So make sure you collect the right one.
So we're not submitting on someone else's behalf.
Yeah.
You have access to
If you're the first one there, yes.
that?
If you're not the first one there, then no.
That's
So there's been
no problem.
It's actually happened in our team because what happens is if the file crashes,
Yeah.
it will default to a one business unit. And for us, the default is DP or Brisbane terminal.
Okay.
So when we were doing the budgets now, the freelancer accountant was like submitting all the data and she's like, oh, well, killing this. And then the Brisbane accountant's like, what's going on? And then we're like, why is this happening? And then she looked at the numbers, like, that's my numbers. She's like, well, what about your numbers? And then she looked up, it turned out to be Brisbane.
If you have access, because for us, everyone has access to everything. Like every accountant has access to every.
Should that be restricted somehow?
It would be good if you only have Silk Logistics.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
But
I don't
then
know if it works like
if they
that,
can,
but
yeah,
hopefully it does.
for you.
But
it might block you from posting it for like Vietnam. Maybe you can't post it.
if you get there first in the month, then you'll let you post wherever you
If it's
like.
Vietnam, I should know because the number's that long.
Just make sure
Let's just make sure we.
we're the last ones to submit.
Yeah.
Just make sure, so what I recommend here is you have two, because technically speaking, you can submit both the packs for both business units using the one pack.
Okay.
But what I suggest you do, you run two packs.
Yep.
As in two Excel files, one for Landside, one for Silk. And then every month you just keep refreshing each of those packs. And keep rolling it forward. So you don't have to keep changing and getting confused, just keep it the same and have two separate packs. But just make sure at the top, when you start submitting, or if you run into any issues and it blocks you, comes up grey like this when it shouldn't, then that means you're either in the wrong business unit or you don't have access to it.
Right. So for this pack, we start off from tab 3. So this is the FX rate. So when I refresh, what will happen in October is you'll see the forecast will change from October forecast, and then everything gonna gray out from October onwards. So you're gonna see this line coming to October, and then from November and December would be October forecast. So all we need to do is come here and hit refresh. That's it. And then we go on. So this is the tab from where we need to start updating. So like Nick said, we have to come to our business unit and then refresh. And then everything.
Refresh, see what happens.
Okay.
I should have.
Oh, there you go. So,
So this is the equity pack at the top of there.
Yeah.
See how we selected Silk Landside and then you defaulted to equity? Just double check that doesn't happen. It may happen, but I think
Can you change to silk?
change it back to Silk.
So why does that happen? Sorry?
I think it's because the first time we're using this file, it was coming up with everything, but you can see there, open it back up again, actually. The list has actually shrunk a little bit.
oh, yeah,
Aaron doesn't have access to all the business units.
Okay.
So hopefully you guys only have.
access to,
If we're gonna have only
Landside and
access
Silk contract.
to that
Yeah.
would be.
Because I think this was when APAC copied it. She has access to everything, and
Yeah,
then
maybe.
we did it. And then because now I'm connected to a refresh, they're probably restricted to that. So yeah, you guys will have
Can
to.
you go to the Yonora Bunnings one for me,
Yonora.
please? Yeah, because that one's actually got data in there, so they can actually
No, there
see
you go.
what's going on.
so Yonora Bunnings, the ownership is 100%. And then,
What we'll do, we'll work with you on the ownership, because the ownership is, you have Corsair
Yeah.
and their structure.
Yeah.
That one you just need to update once, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I'll send you guys the percentages for the month end
Great.
that you need to do, and it's going to be the same for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, until they figure out the carve out piece.
so what we need to do is, even though next month we do it for October, but we need to fill out for November, December as well. We just copy it across and then hit submit. So once we hit submit, it would, like the other pack, it would get or grayed out, like not grayed out, it would be dark orange, which means you have submitted it. And then it would automatically get updated here. And then this is for our headcount. So you need to fill out how much headcount for operating and then how much for overheads. And then we need to submit this as well. So,
Can you guys split out the headcount for
Does
operations?
that include, oh.
Admin?
Now we're gonna get closer. So-
let me, make
Make it bigger.
bigger. Sorry, Michelle.
So generally speaking, don't necessarily worry about. Actually, to be honest, you might have to worry about it. Because we don't actually have that many contractors, if any, in our business. You guys do because.
Yeah, a lot.
Do you have any visibility of the number of contractors you have? Because
No.
they don't form part of your headcount, do they? Because the headcount you sent me was like 600 or something like that for, let's say Landside. Right.
So this will then correspond to the number, Abby, I think you and I with
You type that.
agonizingly sort of worked
Yeah.
through the budget process, right? So I think in that budget submission, we've only got our employees, so not contractors. Right, but across the Silk Group, there's over 1,000 employees. Probably 60% in Landside, 40% in CL.
Okay.
So then direct contract.
So direct means obviously frontline. Operating direct is our frontline workers. And then overhead would be everyone else. Do we submit?
Yeah.
You submit the overhead as well?
Case for the land side, isn't it? Like subcontractors.
At least we won't have visibility over the headcount, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. And overhead as well, how can we, because we're only submitting for Landside and contract, and if I'm submitting a headcount for the head office, who's sitting on?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Some-
Resource.
Yeah,
Because
share.
okay. How about between us, we do what we can.
Are you on
So what
recording?
we're gonna do, because the rule of thumb is you do what you can and then wait for someone to come and ask. And then I'll be like, oh, yeah, no, it's been difficult.
See.
So that stays between us. Don't
Being recorded.
tell me. Don't send this to my boss. No.
Edit it out.
Let's do what we can, because I think the number I submitted is the number that you gave us anyway for budget,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Whatever we used for that mapping, let's call it, for headcounts, that'll be the rule.
can we do that on a monthly basis with actuals?
Should we put the same number every month?
I don't
Enough,
recommend,
But
I don't recommend that, because what they'll try and do as well is they'll They're smart. Dubai is very smart. They're very, all they care about is trends, right?
Yep.
So if your wages is staying the same and your headcount's all over the place, they'll be like, what's going on? If your same goes opposite way around, if your wages are down, but your headcount's staying the same, they'll ask the same question.
So let's think about this, right? So practically speaking, forget overhead, we'll talk about overhead in a minute, but with operating direct, right? Forget contractors, just say our land side operators, right? The team, the headcount is above the gross profit line at the moment. Let's just use that arbitrary line, right? It would actually stay the same every month, would it not?
Materially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it slightly changed on the monthly basis,
How will they change?
not much. You got combination, you got some
But
new
the thing is-
starter.
Yeah, so immaterially, right? So we're
Immaterially,
talking about the same few hundred people
Yeah,
servicing the same 400 customers, generating about similar level of, bottom line. Sorry, I gotta take this call.
I think the idea is someone leaving and someone joining
yeah,
rammed
Yeah,
relatively.
you can offset to the same, yeah.
So,
They can do that.
yeah,
We should have something, don't we have something from HR? Our HR sends us a summary,
sure.
an overall summary of total employees for the whole group.
we,
And then we can see up and down, because like, for example, Port Botany Terminal, they have about 400 or 500 employees just there.
Yeah.
Most of them, like 98% of them are frontline workers, right? And then 2% are office, like your finance manager, your site manager, your engineering manager, all that sort of office stuff. They're all there, but we generally speaking, we get a overall summary every month of total headcount and then broken down between ops and admin.
I mean, in the end, you're not gonna have the right picture anyway, because I'll take one example. You got person, joined in the last week of the month, this month,
Yeah.
right? So that means you got, for example, your wage and salary
No, but
1
that's-
million, and then you got a few people join the last week of the month. That increase your head count in that month, right? But then moving into the next month, then you have
That's okay.
somebody leave. right?
That's okay, but then next month, how do you add them in? You still have to add them in.
That's what I mean,
yeah.
I guess from Dubai, what they're gonna do, they got the whole wage and salary and divided by head count that you declare in here to give you the average number.
Yeah.
Right?
We don't overthink this part.
Yeah.
It's not like
No.
be or end all. It's just on a monthly basis, we need to update
Yeah,
the actual, and then that actual gets dragged on for the rest of the year, unless we have a forecast for headcount.
the bottom line is we've got some sort of report or basis that we can fall back on.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
If you have that, that's fine.
Yeah. As long
Because-
as we've got some sort of methodology to work out something
But,
and someone asks a question, we've got, oh, this is how we work it out, then yeah.
So
Very good.
in what's going to happen is I have a look. See,
So this
Yep.
is for container parts, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we have. It's more or less the same, but the thing you were worrying about, they're not gonna at the end of the day, they're not gonna try and tie it back to your payroll expense or anything.
No.
So
Yeah.
if you have somewhat backup for it,
Yep.
yeah, should be okay. So it's for SCP, it's changing a bit. Yeah.
We need to see that agency labor as when it's fluctuating with the season.
Yeah. So if for instance, 1 month you have 79 and the other one you have 25, that would rate.
Where do you allocate your overheads?
No, we don't.
You don't split it out.
Nah.
Tricky.
Put it in one line. then.
Yeah. That's
Where
what
do you allocate yours?
AH has to.
Overheads.
all the way, it's not overhead in your business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my one is,
October, November.
the one that I used to look after
December.
is a entity.
So we need to
with-
factor that.
We make no revenue. It's
Yeah.
all shared costs. I can't input anything on operating. If
Okay,
I have no operating. It's not an operating entity. It's a shared cost entity. So you
Yeah.
have to put it as okay.
So everyone's going to.
Yeah.
I think just maybe just the operating headcount contract. what's defined the contract? Is that contractor or agency?
Temp or agency, yeah.
Yeah,
So contractor.
Contract.
contractor, we got subcontractor, we got agency, and then we got,
Add it up,
contractor.
lump it up together and put it under.
Yeah, but we just spoke to Michelle just then, and what you guys didn't include in your budget contractors, did you?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, why not? Like in terms of headcount,
Yeah.
are you asking?
You include the cost, but I hope you
Yeah,
include the cost.
Yes, we won't have the count of subcontractors.
No, don't worry about it. Then. Just leave it for now, and then it will.
It's an agency, we won't have a count like as.
They will ask. So they will ask for it. 110%. I'm 1,000% sure they will ask for it. This year we'll be able to get away with it, but next year they will ask for it.
Okay, yeah.
So we need to come up with a way of.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, this isn't a finance job. This should be a HR job. So we should
Yeah.
just go to HR and say, I need an accurate head count to be able to say, this is my operations labor direct. This is my contract direct labor. Sorry, contract operating labor. These are my overheads.
No, the
and I need it
problem-
on a monthly basis.
The problem is, if I ask HR, what's my contractor number? I've got no idea because that's going through
It's going to be
AP, accounts payable.
Why? Okay. So do our contract, who approves those? Okay. Who approves the contractor labor invoices?
That's a site level.
Site level.
Yeah, operation.
Do they send us anything? Then don't worry about it. Then leave it for now.
It's okay.
Leave it. Leave the contract labor. Leave the contract labor for now. Because that contract labor is it's gonna fluctuate on a monthly basis depending on volume.
Yeah.
The reason why it exists is so you guys can pull back and add on whenever you guys need. In
Yeah,
terms of
correct.
depending on the volume.
Yeah.
So at least get whoever is directly employed by Silk. It needs to be split between firstly landside CL. Then you also need to do the same thing for your overheads as well. And the overhead might just be a percentage split 50-50 between the two, or whatever you guys want, unless you can allocate the staff. I don't know, it depends on what you allocate in the P&L as well. What do you allocate as a cost to P&L?
Cost is then split like, say,
Uh,
40-40-10, yeah, 40-20 rather.
For each employee. you
Yeah,
split
so
it.
if I'm a shared cost, you know,
Who's the 20 go to?
40,
Distribution.
80 and 20, this, so we have like, when I say,
46.
you know,
46.
Oh,
40,
40-60.
you wanna say.
Well, then apply the same,
Something
apply
like
the
that
same
would have been-
methodology for the overhead then.
it's something like that.
Yeah,
would
that's
have
fine.
happened. And
But-
the same logic, we would have done it when we submitted the budget for
Yeah.
the same thing that,
Mm.
you know, where do I put my head count is like a half here and half.
Yeah, I know.
Something like that.
Round it up.
Yeah.
Overheads, just use a percentage, it's fine.
Yeah,
But for the operating, HR should be able to send you a monthly report. They have to be able to.
Yeah.
And if not, then they can talk now to our staff in
They should have the report.
and see what we do, and then they should implement the same thing here.
They should have the report.
Because all your staff are they not migrating over to DP World contracts anyway? Or no?
Not
not
Yeah,
yet.
it's not yet. Oh, okay.
not all,
Yeah.
some.
Some,
Yeah.
but they are putting you guys onto Oracle. Like HR, I think. So when you do your expenses, I think moving forward, you might be able to do it in. Don't know actually, maybe not. There's something that they're doing, I know, because we paid for it. It's expensive.
Anyway, we take it offline, work it out with
Yeah.
RP, to align with the budget
Again,
assumption.
this isn't like a
This is not
Make or-
so proper, I'm sure there's
No,
more.
this isn't a make or break or sort of thing. It's just, we do need something more consistent in the future.
Yeah.
They will come back to you,
Yeah,
in future, but just,
Yeah.
I'll follow you guys. I'd just go back to HR and say, this is what we need for this report. I need it on a monthly basis by
and
the
then
first working
they
day.
forward out to me, hey, you got anything in your power? It's similar.
They should have something. If not, tell them, say Nick said that, BP or HR produces a report. Can you get in contact with them and see what they do? I'll give you guys a name.
Paid the last payroll. That's the type.
Yeah.
What about the forecast part? Oh, is that all done already?
So generally speaking,
No, you have to copy it across.
yeah,
So if you have, for instance, we're doing October, right? And you have 500 in October. So you have to put 500 in November, 500 in December.
No, but what has been done so far, I'm asking?
nothing.
Because we haven't done any forecast.
No.
Remember, we were dependent on you.
No. Oh, yeah, I did it.
That's what I'm asking. Like, we're like,
No. No.
For this report.
This is monthly. Like, this isn't budget.
so in
This
the
is separate.
monthly
Like,
track, you submit again the forecast.
yes, but forecast is you're just literally copying the current month. forward.
Yeah. So it's not actually forecasting.
Oh,
It's just-
sorry.
It's just the report is built
Just
in
the
a
name
way.
is, I
Yeah.
misunderstood. Sorry.
It's just the report is built in a way you have to populate it.
You have to calculate it.
Yeah.
So you
So you
put in the
can't-
actuals, even though it says forecast, it's just
Yeah,
Right.
it's a bit misleading,
not,
yeah.
not the forecast.
It depends future period.
Like the reforecast.
Just
Number
just
which
copy
we gave you.
whatever the current month is.
Just copy it
Copy that
across.
forward.
Yeah.
So your ownership structure, that will never change unless someone tells you.
Yep.
It will change, and then from that point onwards, it will never change from there.
Yeah.
And then your head count is whatever your current month is, just drag it across for
Drag
the
it
rest of the year, and that's it. Assume it's the same.
Yeah. Then we go to the next tab, which is currency mix. Again, I'll just show Eunora, for example. Should just refresh.
So this is assuming what currency you guys are trading in, and
So-
if you're reporting this in local currency.
AUD, so everything's.
Understand AUD, yep.
Again, this one you need to do for the whole period as well.
Copy it across.
Copy 100%, and then the future months will be all open, and then you can just press submit. That's it.
So what happens is when you, in October, when you refresh this, you'll see up until September, everything is grayed out. You can only populate from October to December. So whatever you put in October, you just drag it across.
Yeah.
And then submit, gone. Then PN, okay, so this is the big one. All right.
This one.
This one is,
It's okay, trust me.
again, I'll do Eunora. So refreshing Eunora. Right. So first,
Got a question.
Yes.
So this submission you need to do for each and every time?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, not
That is
Except
submit.
IC revenue, IC expense, unless you guys have intercompany revenue.
We'll tell you which ones to ignore.
okay, yeah.
There are a few that you.
There are a few that we ignore, yeah. All right, so then we come to this, refresh. So the first till number 94 is your TEU numbers. So for you, not sure which one you need to, is it, Happy?
We'll have to work through
Yeah,
that. No, I don't know which one it is. I
Yeah.
think there's a scroll down. So the top part there is volume.
yeah,
It needs to be against your budget, how
Yeah.
you submitted your budget. Can we share that
I
with
think
them?
it's container loading and unloading TEU.
Is it
We'll
that
have on the mapping then, when we submit the budget.
this one, yeah.
You guys submit volume.
Not sure if that was submitted or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because I got asked a couple of times what the container volume is, but they were all used for the slides.
You guys
Not
will
sure if
always,
it actually ever went in,
it will keep
Oracle.
coming up. Everyone looks at volume, yeah.
yeah, so I'm not sure if that was submitted in this fashion. It was all in slides. That's what I'm saying. So
You need to find out which one best suits for your business and then populate the TU numbers. And then submit. And then we start the income statement. That is, in the income statement, so if you're earning money from trucking or container hire and sell.
That's
food.
okay. They have the mapping already.
Oh, there you have the mapping?
Yeah,
Oh,
they've done the mapping already.
Okay, so you'll know when you do a VLOOKUP with the mapping and then you know which one.
revenue numbers, like dollar values is what we submitted, but not the volume by month. I can't remember,
I don't know.
Open the
Can't remember.
back.
So I'm getting open now. But it doesn't matter. Either way, I think even if we didn't submit the volume,
Yeah,
we probably should submit it moving forward because again, it's going to be something that they're going to keep asking for. So you might as well
Yeah.
try.
And then for the rest of the income statement, if you have the mapping, very easy, just copy as per your mapping. So you know what to populate to the lines. So for example, here for Yonora business, their revenues are driving from, so they've put everything into other, and then warehousing and everything.
Yeah.
Then this is their revenue. We're scrolling down. We have the expense, so the payroll expense, equipment hire and everything. So your source of through the FCCS or something that Tian was mentioning, the one that you guys use for your P&L and everything, that needs to match the bottom line. So at the end of the day, your EBITDA or your PAT needs to match your source of.
Yeah, not including the redundancy and the
This is where the pack where you report your SDI. So if you scroll down,
Yeah.
scroll down after PAT, there
So
will
this is the
SDI input. That line, that's where you put in your
redundancy.
or anything excluded. Yeah.
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 Okay. And then that would
That's
this is after your SDI.
that's why Nick was saying there's a before SDI and after SDI.
So these will need to be, because everything's reconciled back to the one source of truth.
Yeah, so this one will always tie back to your
So we'll also tie back to the CEO report as well.
Yes.
If that's the case,
Yeah,
then
before
and
it,
like
yeah.
volume as well. we'll need to
Correct. This is
tie
the
back to that.
file that gets checked by Singapore and Dubai. So
Yeah.
CEO report and this file, and then you have the third
Yeah.
file, which is the IFRS pack as well.
Yeah,
And then you have the flash, you have
We
the other,
should have
so
one
everything
report,
needs to.
one pack
why they
only.
couldn't generate the CEO report based on that.
Ever since I came back to this company, as that's been my question for Dubai, which is you've asked me
You've got
to submit the number 17 different ways, and
Yeah.
then you have all the data. And they don't have the capabilities to do it yet. The reason being is they could if everyone was on Oracle. Because not everyone in our region is on Oracle. It is impossible to do because, for example, the only way we could get your results to Dubai is through this format.
Okay.
Otherwise, because they can't pull your data in. And same goes for the CEO report. We're actually lucky in Australia where they could probably do it,
Yeah.
but it's pointless at a consolidation level because there's so many more manual entries that need to get done that it doesn't work. But you can see what the idea is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The global idea in the picture is to get everyone globally onto Oracle, regardless of what period you're in. And then they've got visibility over every region and every business.
Good thing is after first month, the second month, it's just time consuming. It's nothing that you do.
I think the mapping is the key.
Yeah.
Once you sort out the map.
Well, like I said, I've used the mapping already, and it's fine. So
For the forecast period, this tab, it's the forecast.
So that's what I was gonna say. So
Drag it across.
you report your actuals. So let's just say if it's March report, January, February, March will be actuals because you would have rolled over January, February, right?
Yep.
April to December will be your forecast, the numbers, which I guess your team you need to fill out as well.
We don't have a forecast.
no, so October. Let's just talk about October.
Yeah.
submission first. So October submission, you just need to. The only column that's going to be open for you to update is October.
Okay.
November will be grayed out. September will be grayed out. You can never go backwards in this file.
Yep.
So once you move to a new month and
Yep.
they've locked the period,
Yeah.
only if your year-to-date number is out, you need to adjust
In a month.
your current month number.
Yeah.
Even if your current month number is different to
The monthly.
the monthly CEO report, as
Yep.
long as the full year
Today
balance.
reconciled.
That's why it's important to do both month and year-to-date comparisons, because surprisingly things change.
And my October month will again submit the year-to-date number in this pack
Absolutely.
from acquisition day.
Correct.
October. Yeah.
Correct.
And then moving on will be monthly numbers.
Yes. So then next month in November.
Yep.
Your October would be there. Your November will be yellow, so you can update that number. And December will be grayed out, so you wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Yeah.
But then in January,
Yeah.
what's going to happen is your January will be open and the full year. But then what you need to do, you need to put January in and then budget for the full year.
Okay.
So they're always interested in full year, but you have the budget anyway.
Yeah.
Just a matter of copying and pasting it across anyway.
No, it's literally into that format.
Sorry, it's already loaded,
I-
but then you're saying to do it again. in
You're
this
doing
format.
it again because you're saying that that's going to be your forecast for the rest of the year,
Okay,
not your budget. Your budget will automatically be implemented in here.
yeah,
So we'll get to the later tabs after you've submitted these numbers.
Yep.
Then you need to do comments.
Okay.
And then your comment, it pulls it through, uses the exchange rate, and then your commentaries are all based on USD values.
Yeah.
Again, same percentage difference.
Yeah.
Focus more on the percentages, not the actual dollar value. Yeah. That's what they're interested in the most.
So that is P and L and then IC revenue.
But do you guys have any questions on the P?
Yes.
We went through it quickly, but again, it's one of those things you just need to do once.
Hmm.
And then you'll pick it up.
Yeah.
The only other thing I would say, right, is you see all these green lines that are here?
Yep.
Now, these do not come up until you submit.
But it's a calculated field.
It's a calculated, you can't type anything in there. It's grayed out. But when you do add revenue, let's say 50 million. You add 50 million, your total revenue won't be updated until you submit your number.
Hmm.
So what you can do, you don't have to update this file all in one go and then press submit. You can do it in sections. So you can say
Yeah.
revenue, submit.
Yeah.
This submit, and then you can keep going through the whole pack and you can submit a million times if you like.
Yeah.
And at the end, if you're confused about what version you're in or what's the final number, then just press refresh and you'll always revert back to what your final number is.
You might come into an area where you might have inserted it to the wrong account. You can't submit 0, so you just submit 1 or something, -1.
0.1000.
Yeah.
So hypothetically, if you accidentally put something in warehouse, dry warehousing distribution.
Yep.
Instead of the other warehousing revenue.
Yeah.
If you just press delete and then submit, it won't work. You have to replace it with 0.111
Yeah.
or something like
It
that.
has to be a number.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It actually isn't. I promise you, this report actually isn't that bad. It's quite simple.
Anything else for this?
Not at the moment. We'll need to look at the mappings in greater detail together with the monthly pack that I sent through to the group, so we can match up with the mapping and link that.
So what's the P&L, the mapping that we did for budget?
Hmm.
Is that using, how do the actuals come in? Is that in the same format as that?
Yeah, it should be.
similar, yeah, very similar.
If it's in the same format as that, then you just need to move that across there. The only big difference
The
you
line item will be named differently, so that I want to sort through
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
that mapping.
That mapping is like at a more condensed level where, so it's not at an account level.
No,
It is,
I don't want to.
it is like your condensed P&L. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So direct labor, one line.
Yeah, we okay. We okay.
We can, I can show you what it is.
So I don't know how, okay, just quickly moving forward, like with the forecasting and stuff like that. How are you guys going to do it? Because, so like, are you going to do so let's say, for example, when we get to March next year,
Mhm.
Min's going to do the actuals for March, and then you're going to do the forecast. You're going to submit the forecast for April to December. Is that how it's going to work?
I believe so.
Okay.
So I'm the FP&A manager here, the only person for FP&A.
Yeah.
So my job so far has been to do with budgets and forecasts.
Okay.
So not really with actuals.
Okay.
So actuals is done by the corporate team. And these guys, they do it.
Yeah.
And I submit the forecast. And normally the forecast is, so it could be a combination of like a 3+9, so 3 months of actuals
Plus,
and
yeah.
plus 9 months of forecast. But then it was done in a different way, like a full package. Now this is different altogether because here you're putting actuals every month.
Correct.
So once the forecast is done, I believe it's, like this time you did it on my behalf,
Yes.
right? So Next time it's gonna be me doing it.
Yeah, I think moving forward,
Yeah.
whenever you finalize your budget or forecast, you will need to provide CEO mapping, CEO report, and this report.
And this,
Yeah.
this report and.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like whatever you submitted on our behalf.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to do it.
Right. Thank you. Moving on, we have IC revenue. So we just check
Do you guys have any intercompany?
intercompany revenue.
We do.
Is it a on charge or just to see whether the margin is?
No, but within Seal Group, right?
Yeah, within
Not gonna
Silk Group.
work.
You do have intercompany within the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's
It doesn't matter.
intercompany,
In between
So
intercompany with DP.
DP, yeah,
A DPW.
unless you have the company
No.
DP work, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No,
Then
not yet.
not yet.
yeah.
Okay, then
I
not
do have intercompany expense for the staff costs that just happened.
Like what?
The payroll costs that on charge.
So I think there's a difference between intercompany, like transfer of expenses or actually charging you expenses. The difference is, as an example, Dubai on charges us Oracle fees or things like that, like as Nick said. If they did some work, like there's a license fee and a support fee. If, for example, if it's a license fee that they paid on a consolidated DPW worldwide and they're on charging us, that they don't record that as a revenue, which means we don't have to record it as an expense. Because if it's a revenue from one entity, in the intercompany, it should all be net to zero, right? So one entity has to record it as an expense. So they on charge, I mean, they transfer the expense to us. That's not an intercompany expense only.
No.
However, when they provide the services, like the Oracle support, or when we buy cranes, like that, did you know that that's an intercompany revenue for them? When we buy cranes, they charge it as a revenue.
For who?
Fremantle, Sydney, they charge. Oh, so
Who charges us?
the crane company.
ZPMC.
Yeah, crane is each day recorded as a revenue. So we bought cranes, like the big cranes. They recorded it as a revenue, which means that we have to record it as an expense. So that's the intercompany thing that we have to report here.
CapEx as well. That's in that example.
CapEx, that's the thing that I need to confirm with Nuri on if respect. But yeah, that's the intercompany they're talking about. I don't
They
think
sell cranes as their normal course of business. Yes, that's revenue account, but
No, but
for the purchaser, it'll be on CapEx.
CapEx.
CapEx. It has to be a CapEx.
Yeah.
I need to worry about that. And do this.
So for now, we don't have any intercompany revenue, nothing for intercompany.
To be clear, intercompany revenue and intercompany expense, we're talking about intercompany with DP.
DP World and so.
Within Silk, that's fine.
But we might have some, we pay the people port cards. So you record it as a revenue.
Do
We
we?
record it as.
CBS.
So don't worry about intercompany revenue or expense.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
I
it.
don't think,
Just
just treat it
ignore
as.
it.
Yes, no one in Australia like group
No.
did it yet.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Just
Yeah.
hide the time.
Ignore it until someone tells us off.
Yeah, 7 and 8.
This will be a big one.
Yeah.
The one we were talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where we need to have something. You gotta have something this month. If you've spent it within the last, since acquisition date.
So
you
this
need to
month
have
or
it.
year to date number again for the spending.
Correct.
RB,
And we also need a forecast. Because this one, your forecast is open every month and the forecast needs to be done.
I think we have got some CapEx number for the remainder of this calendar year, but are they split into projects?
You know,
They're split
We
into,
just keep noticing our
items, but
We don't change.
what's
Because
sport?
they don't spend it on the same time. You don't need a project, right?
No.
Because
you need project.
yeah, I mean in.
You need the item that you're gonna
internally,
capitalize.
the sale, you got your CapEx file, right?
Yeah,
Got maybe 50 lines on that. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Gotta approve.
And moving forward, we will need to provide, to supply the project code in that for each line. For example, racking EP3, you will need to, provide a project code for each year. Then when we expand that amount, we will need to code that in, the invoice that EP3 pay, so we can reconcile. Yeah,
So you mean budget and actual spend.
correct. Because at the moment, you don't have any project code in your budget, right? Yeah, and that's why, for example, you have, you're gonna purchase a truck or road. Then when the actual invoice come in from ranges, he doesn't know what the project code is, right? But if you have like rock number one, rock number two, for example, then people based on the budget capex that you got, project code at, rock number one, ranges say, okay, rock number one. We budget that in Feb, but we spend at March, for example.
Yeah. In the capex, it might have got truck.
There is an identifier, there is an identifier, not really a project code, but
Yeah.
whatever, a silk identifier.
I've got three trucks in the budget or forecast,
Yeah.
and one invoice comes in, I want to know which truck is that.
Yeah,
It might budget 150K, but we might actually purchase that 100K. So then we need to know which one is actually.
sometimes you over and under.
Yeah, that's
well.
That's why I recommend before you even get to this stage here,
Yeah.
there is a CapEx report that we do, which is an Excel based
Do that first.
sheet. You have to do that first.
Okay.
And then you literally just copy and paste from that period onwards. Because your actuals will be your actuals, which will match to this.
Yeah.
And then your forecast, you've already done your forecast to send it to Lois.
This is just an example of
This is
one
this
of
is what the
our.
pack looks like when it's updated.
Yeah, so for instance, I'll give you an easy example like
And
laptop.
you got to change that first one. Miscellaneous, that's not good. Oh, it's zero.
Oh, yeah.
It's zero. Terrible example.
Oh, God, I got called out. Oh,
Please,
I've got the same line.
please, whatever you do,
Yeah.
please use detailed
yeah. This is the.
descriptions for the asset.
Thanks,
So that
Aaron.
when you capitalize it,
Yeah, this is the,
people know what it's related to.
yeah,
Yeah.
Please, because
Yeah,
every year I get absolutely smashed
Yeah.
by tax
Yeah.
and because they when they go through the fixed asset listing for tax,
What the hell is
they
that?
don't know where anything is.
but sometimes you still have to allow for some ad hoc capex, for example.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it can't be ad hoc.
Yeah.
It needs to be
But for example, line marking, right?
line.
We
Then,
don't know. Yeah,
Expensive, mate.
then
Expensive.
it's line marking.
yeah,
Then you put line marking for warehouse 3.
see, we have line.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
We do have line mark.
Yeah, we do.
Depending on the cost, if it's small, I
So
can't even bother.
thank God I don't have anything on miscellaneous. I got worried for one sec. But yeah, so for instance, we have laptop and then we put it under IT. We do expenses committed. So we have, and then by month, we populate what has been spent and then we populate what we have committed or want to spend in the future.
We can share the categories, guys.
Yeah.
Because there is a different one. So for example, what Kazi was saying is MN is maintenance, whether it's like, or if it's an expense.
Okay.
EC is
I've done it all for you guys anyway. So you can just copy whatever's
Yeah.
in the budget.
expense committed. Like, was it a committed to expense or I don't know, they always ask for a lot of information.
Yeah. So if you have the AFC and everything signed for that.
Yeah.
Then it's a committed already. So
I've got a question though. If I'm submitting year today, October, and then for the next 2 months is the forecast number.
Yeah.
And arrive to a total. If the total is less than what we forecasted,
If the total is less than what.
because we haven't spent in the actual month.
oh, so you keep on, so that's what we always do. If we didn't spend, so for example, I'm saying that in September, I'm gonna use 95,000,
Yeah,
but in September.
I didn't use it.
We just, so that
Sweep that into.
we just move it to the next month.
Okay.
So our budget doesn't decrease.
So in other words, I will have my October year today,
Yeah.
next acquisition day.
Yeah.
And then my November, December,
Yeah,
plus whatever over and unders, and just sweep it into.
yeah, sweep it in November and December for now.
Gotcha.
Unless you know for 100%
I'm not
that you're not gonna spend
Yeah.
it, then just remove it.
I know for 100% and I want that to be there.
Yeah.
It has to be spent during the year.
Yeah.
That's it, like.
Yeah. And I'll keep it there, regardless.
We always have
Yeah.
a discussion with IT. They're like, oh, we didn't spend that money last year. Can we spend it this year? No, it doesn't. We can't carry that forward. That's it.
Yeah.
So you had 12 months to spend it. If you didn't spend it,
You've
lost it.
And do CapEx for next year.
Yeah, but it's always good within the year to just move it across,
Yeah. Gotcha.
just to be safe.
I think this piece is very important for you, Abby. And me, this template for the next budget or forecast,
Mm.
you guys really need to on top of this. Just one simple source of truth from the budget and the actual spends.
Yeah.
Right.
We will need to translate a vision list.
This
into
template
one.
is very important.
So who keeps a record of the CapEx spend?
You asked the $1 million question.
Level, yeah. So I do Silk one, I do have a monthly spend.
You guys will be asked a lot of questions on this, I'm sure.
So why do we're gonna keep track of that is we need to look at the clearing account. So the CapEx comes into the clearing account,
Yeah.
so on a monthly basis, what's actually paid or invoice
Yeah,
in the clearing, regardless if subsequently we look at the fixed asset register. Yes, that's a subsequent step. So we just track the first step, hitting into my clearings.
Yeah,
That's
we
where
need to report.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna capture.
That's what we do. Yep.
For head office, I actually do the fixed asset rec. Not obviously to the greatest, like fully finish it, but I always do my fixed asset rec first before I do my CapEx report. Because then in the fixed asset rec, because you're gonna have your capitalized and CIP and your cash clearing, the new movement.
Yeah.
So that I always do my fixed asset rec first and then get the CapEx work paper done, and then I can use that work paper to do this, which is the exact same for my copy paste then.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And,
That's a neat way to do it.
yeah, you guys need to take into account change management as well. Your stakeholders. We need to understand the fixed assets code in here in the budget. And when they approve that,
Yeah.
Invoice in the file bound, they have to provide a project code.
Build that into the system.
Yeah.
Tap into.
You were saying like this is already like what's loaded for Silk at the moment? Does it have?
MN, EC.
Yeah, whatever you guys gave us. Doesn't have a
We
project,
didn't
no,
have project
no,
code.
no, we don't need a project code. You just need a project name.
Yeah.
So like,
Either the name or the code, you have to
It's somewhere
identify.
there,
Yeah.
so which has already been submitted, right?
for budget.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna submit for actuals for October?
No. Understand that, but for them to match that, yes, whatever we submitted, now it's getting realized. I think that's what you guys are saying, right?
Yeah.
To make it like match real for
Have
real.
got something to identify that.
Yeah, some identifier. So
What do you guys have as your fixed asset reconciliation? How do you reconcile your fixed asset clearing accounts and your WIP accounts? Because you're not gonna have one invoice for one asset.
No.
You're gonna have multiple invoices for multiple assets, or for one asset.
Yeah, that's what happened. So we raise the CapEx approval in that file bound.
Yeah.
And with the CapEx name, that's a file bound number.
Yeah.
With a specific project. So whatever invoices come for that one, we just put it into clearing account until we complete the project.
And do you have somewhere where it tracks how much we've spent?
Yes,
So
yes.
far?
Every month we do.
That's exactly what we need to do here.
And this one again, for October month, do we need to do August to
Yes.
October? Yeah, year to date.
Yeah.
Not acquisition to, since acquisition to.
Since acquisition to 31st of October.
Yeah.
Will need to go in. So you'll need to, a couple of things you need to add in here would be the CapEx description.
Yeah.
Don't know about CapEx code.
Yep.
Is if you guys have an internal CapEx code, this is not necessarily anything to do with the buy.
Yeah.
It's if you guys have an internal one that helps you guys reconcile it quicker,
Yeah.
use the CapEx code.
Yeah.
The description, you have to put a description in there because they will ask what it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then quantity, just keep it at 1. Don't worry about it. And then
All the other codes.
all the other codes we can work with you guys.
The complexity coming in for our report is for Silk, for example, that's a particular one will have all the segments. So one legal entity fixed asset account will have port, contract, distribution, everything. So when you split that entity and report it into your 2 packs,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
Two
So
different.
that's the challenge there. So we need to have the invoice matched to each of the,
But can't you do it by project?
that's where the name is coming in significant.
However, it is
Yeah.
in the budget.
Because
in this template.
Budget is split into segments. And when the invoice coming in,
Hmm.
we need to match to that particular identifier to allocate it to the segment. and
Yeah.
In that pack, yeah. So we'll look into how we can do it, but we
So-
definitely have got something.
So you have projects currently that go over both landside logistics and contract logistics.
And
The shared projects.
very, very
Not-
minimal
not
it is, yeah.
very minimal.
Even IT project is.
But depending on how their forecast and budget is clearly split into segments.
Yeah.
Everything,
Then we
apart
can-
from IT.
Yeah,
that's the
apart
only
from
one
IT,
where
yes.
it
Yeah, I
is-
think IT.
it's
That's the
really
one.
we have
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
conversation.
It is the,
That's where it
Yes.
is.
When they say we are,
Conversation is shared, and that's how we booked it for budget.
yeah, and they say upgrading my laptop.
Hmm.
Everyone uses the laptop across board, so how am I
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
able
yeah,
to split that, right?
No,
For example.
for that stuff, you can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I think for that stuff, you're just gonna have to, for IT, unless it's specifically for a warehouse that's related to
Yeah.
contract logistics, for
That I
example,
can put it.
then
to-
you can put it in there, like servers and things like that.
yeah,
But laptops, our laptops, for example,
The head office server or whatever.
you're gonna have to just pick one or the other.
Okay.
Wherever we budgeted, we just split it evenly, right? I think moving forward, you're gonna have to select one.
How you did it.
I don't know, I just did
I
what,
don't know how you did it. I gave you the.
my job turned into copying and pasting.
The dream job, mate.
I had the hard job.
My father was a full cable. Three keys.
the next one is.
Control C, Control V.
That's it.
You're
Taking it in the wrong field.
The forecast, yeah, the forecast. Let's say you apply October, right?
Yeah,
Then you have to adjust your forecast,
You have to adjust your.
November, December. Who
Yeah.
gonna do that? And how you guys gonna do that?
I'm gonna be.
If you didn't spend the money,
Just move it across to the next month.
No, but you have to actually, for bigger projects, you have to actually give us as accurate as possible. So you need to talk your operation because this file, not this file, but the CapEx file
Yeah.
will go to Lewis.
Yep.
He will combine all the CapExes together.
Yeah.
Based on that, because that's going to be our biggest cash outflow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
That
sure that's-
outside our normal business operations.
yeah,
Based on that, he will need to draw down from our debt.
Yeah.
And he will forecast and tell the bank when we're going to pull that money out and when we
Yeah.
plan to pull that money out.
so,
Depending on that, will also impact our interest and it impacts a whole heap of other stuff.
so
So
let's say we got a plan to acquire, to purchase, 3 truck, right, 1.5 million in October. We didn't spend that in October. So what's the timing that we want to identify?
you got to talk to your ops team.
Yeah, ops team.
Talk to ops, right?
It
Have to talk to your ops.
depends on
Yeah.
the magnitude of the impact. If
Yeah,
very significant, yes, we're going to talk about the timing, but if it's talking about peanuts, let's move to the next
you
one.
have to consider, the timing as well,
Yeah.
therefore, okay? And to put
Wow.
everything in here.
Ideally, this thing should be ready
Yeah.
way before,
Yeah.
because the business should have the foresight way before
No.
my
The-
the line, but still it's another story.
Who had to put this one?
This isn't day 4, by the way.
Correct, yeah,
Day four.
So day 4.
It's like day 8 or something.
yeah, but it's.
No, but you still have to send the
Yeah.
CapEx report by
Yeah.
day, by the 7th to Lewis.
Yeah,
Day 9.
you'll call me for sure.
Did you get a chance to mention what Max requesting earlier, which is seeing the result 24 hours? So,
Not said anything.
This sounds promising.
so Max, probably rightfully so as well, was chatting to Abby and I from reporting perspective, and it's sort of bigger topic around weekly, monthly, visibility and everything.
Yeah.
What he did say is that because, we use September to test